Hello, I am Rida. In this video, I am going to talk about classes and objects. Classes and objects are one of the fundamental topics when it comes to Java. So, let's get started. Let's begin with some basic examples. Let's take an example of human class. Consider it as a category in which you can put man, woman and child. Similarly, there is a fruit class, and under this category you can put apples, bananas, mangoes as an object. Let's take another example of food. In real life there are many other subjects found of similar kind which is called as class. Let's first understand, what is object? Look around you and you will find many real objects, like your school bag, your pet, stationery, and laptop. For a moment just think about these real-world objects. Your object shows similar characteristics, what the software object shows. These objects are characterized by three features. State represents value of the object while behavior represents functionality. While identity is a characteristic used to uniquely identify that object. For example, a dog's state includes its name, color, breed, etc., while its behavior is barking, wagging tail, or eating. A class is the blueprint from which individual objects are created. This is the definition you'll read everywhere. Let's try to understand what is blueprint or template. Just look at this picture. What is blueprint? It's a design, or we can say, it's a structure, using which we can create multiple objects. In real world you can say that car is an real world object and it will have two characteristics, state and behavior. So, this state can be its size, color and model, while behavior can be move, accelerate, turn and reverse. Let's take another example to make you better understand. Here student is a class, which serves as blueprint. This shows us that student holds name, roll number, set name and set roll number as an object. So, we can create as many objects as we want. As we have learned the concepts of class and object. Now let's see how to create a class and object. Let's look at some code. We have the general form of a class. You are going to have a keyword class, which represents any class. Then you are going to give your class name. And then the body of the class would live in between these two curly braces. Now, there are two things a class can have. Either variables or methods. So, here we define two variables, which when they are in class, they are going to be called instances. Other thing you can have are methods. So let's write a method that doesn't return anything. Now, let's see how to declare and initialize objects. First, we'll just write the class name, then we will give our object a name. Then we will give the keyword new, which will create object and again class name. Let's create an object for previous example. So in our case, how would that look? So, we type student, which is our class name. And we have to give our object a name. We will just call it s equals new student. So now, if we ever want to access anything in our student object, we'll use this s. So, how do we do that? Let's take a look. So now, if we want to set the name and roll number for our object, we would do something like s.name, and then we'll give our student name. Now we will give it a roll number. Now let's call the method setName. This will print the line that we wrote inside this method before. One important thing to note is that these objects have their own set of variables, so S1 gets its own name and roll number and S2 gets its own. If we change the variable for S1, it won't affect anything in S2. Hope you guys liked this video. Thanks for watching.